So this is the little kids. They're all out on the deck. They're having a little snack. They like to sit under the umbrella and have a little snack in the afternoon between lunch and when Dad comes home. We eat a late dinner, so this is always kind of like second lunch. Cuz? Be private. Okay, bye.
Destroy stuff now.
No way. Eat your food.
Go.
Well, you're mouthy. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the pregnancy vlog. So this week, some things that we were working on, the hospital tour had to get bypassed because of family plans. It is birthday month for us, where we're being layered with birthdays from the children. So they only have the tours Monday nights at 6, and it's just really hard to get there and have my husband be done with work on time. So I had been prodding the staff at the doctor's office for answers to some questions that I had. And I kept getting, like I asked, are they shared rooms or are they private rooms? And this is the actual doctor, told me, well, some rooms are, some delivery rooms are private, and if they're really busy, then you can have a delivery room shared with somebody. And I asked her, do you mean delivery room or recovery room for the mother-baby center for after? And she said, delivery. I just can't imagine having a baby next to another woman with her husband there, and I just can't believe that. So I'm really, really skeptical about this hospital. Or if it was just the doctor not answering, like her mind wasn't where it should have been. So I called the actual mother-baby center at the hospital and asked about the mother-baby center afterwards, and there's only 10 mother-baby rooms, and most hospital stays are 2 to 3 days long. We always try to do 24 with a baby boy. They try to do the circumcision after 24 hours of birth, and they don't want to do it sooner. They want to do hearing tests and influenza B immunizations. Hi, the little kids are all having their snack out on the deck, so it's a little bit quiet in here right now. Becky's at the window. So I'm interested in the hospital. Another thing that has come up about the hospital is I got online and did my pre-registration, and everything is all set there, and I started thinking, I don't have my hospital bag packed. And I've been through this so many times. I know that a lot of what you bring you're not going to use, but there are some things that we're going to want to bring. We've never brought the camera tripod before. We've always just brought the camera. And because we have the smartphone now, we could even go without the camera if need be. So I'm going to make sure, we're going to get one of the flexible tripods so that we can attach it to some place in the room, like a chair side or something, so that people aren't standing in front of the camera. I want to try to film it and get you some footage of the baby's birth. And the second thing is, I know that one of the things that I've always come up with is the kids want snacks when they show up at the hospital, and it doesn't really seem to matter. At the old hospital, they had a pantry, and it was supposed to be for the moms, but like they would have popsicles and stuff like that. So, you know, the kids were always, and the nurses were fine to say, hey, do you guys want a popsicle, and go get them something, graham crackers, stuff like that. The cafeterias have pretty long hours, but for somebody who's awake really early or breastfeeding and awake really late, it's good to have those snacks available. You can take your own food there and put it in there with your room number on it and hope somebody doesn't take it, but every time I've done that, it's been missing when I've gone back for it. So short of having a little cooler, a really good idea is the little coolers that go inside of your baby diaper bag. to bring that with some ice packs so that if you're there for an extended amount of time, we tried to get things that did not need to be refrigerated. But like with Bethany, I was there a little longer, so we brought Lunchables and different things like that. I had the Star Kiss to go pack, and that didn't need any refrigeration. And that hospital stay ended up being about a 5-day stay, so that was really, really convenient to have that extra something, because they didn't want to just leave her on the floor in the NICU ward and be so far away. When I was in my recovery room, I was still 2 floors away from her. But for the most part, I was right with her most of the time. I would just sit in the NICU and rock her. So you want to make sure that you have snacks, quarters, and things like that. The towels at the hospitals are always terrible, so we're going to pack towels. But the basic things, that mom needs, the hospital's going to supply. Same thing for the baby. Our hospital doesn't even clothe the babies. They properly clothe them. They have the snap-on newborn t-shirts. They put one on their bottom and one on their top, and then they swaddle them. So a lot of times, if you want to bring clothes for pictures or for visitors to come and see, you can bring those. But because of our short stay, we don't invite a lot of people up there. I'd rather deal with family coming and visiting a week or so after baby's born. Just having the kids up there is a handful in itself, and I figure mom is there to recover, and I'm going to be home in 24 hours anyway. So fortunately, we have family that's all very, very close, and I think they're all a bunch of hospital-phobic people, so they don't really want to be around there. As far as me, of course, heartburn is still going on. A little bit of acid reflux, but we've just tried to adjust our meal times so that I'm not laying down as much. The kids have their run of the house, and I tend to watch any afternoon TV in my bedroom because it's, sometimes, like if I'm watching The Talk, it's not appropriate for the children. So I let them watch their PBS shows and such out in the living room after the schoolwork is done, and then I can relax in there. Same thing at night, we just try to watch things together as a family that they can watch. So just avoiding laying down too soon at night has really helped with that. So if you're having trouble with the acid reflux, adjust your diet and see what happens, because even the most slightly acidic thing can cause it to happen, or spices. I noticed when I had breakfast the other day, the pepper on my eggs gave me a little bit of heartburn, and milk really seems to soothe it. To me, it's like the equivalent of putting a fire out. It just seems to kind of calm things down. Bananas really seem to help, dairy products in general. So yogurts, even cottage cheese, that's really helpful. So I slipped in a picture of our afternoon snack for today, so you can see I've got cottage cheese. The pickle might give me a little bit of heartburn, so the cottage cheese will balance that out. My belly button's been popping. A lot of people talk about their belly button has popped. Mine's just been kind of slowly moving a little bit, so I'm sure in the next week or two he's going to get bigger and it's going to pop out. My tailbone was injured many, many years ago, and I've noticed that it starts hurting more at this point. I have gained about 30 pounds, like 28 to 30 pounds, and I just cannot walk straight. We have a roadside stand, and I put it out there every day, and I have noticed, especially at the end of the day, when I'm walking back, I can't walk a straight line. My whole body is just going side to side, so that's kind of funny. So I've definitely got the pregnancy waddle. I still don't look pregnant from behind as far as weight gain. It's all up front, and I think in my legs a little bit. I actually am still wearing some jeans that are non-maternity jeans that are a woman size 12, and I had wore them after my daughter was born, probably when she was about 1.5. So I generally tend to start out in about a 14 after a baby's born, stay in a 12 for a long, long time. And then when the baby's usually over 2, then I start losing weight and get back down to my 8s. I'm 5 foot, almost 5'11", with just a fraction underneath. So for me, a size 8 is great. I'm usually about 160 pounds at that point. I started my pregnancy at 165, and when I went the other day, I think it was 192. So just about 30 pounds. So we're doing pretty good. My very first pregnancy, I think I gained 50 pounds, maybe even a little bit more than that. So they've never really been very concerned about my weight that way. I can definitely see it more right in here and in my chest. My bra size has gone from about a 36D to a 38D double D. Support is very important even at night. I like to wear the tanks that I showed you that I picked up for sleeping in before and after baby, because they're just really easy for nursing, and if you wanted to add the nursing bra clips to them, it's super easy to do. I actually had some Bravado nursing bras, and I can take a couple of pictures of those and put them in. They're really true to size, and they're very comfortable. They almost fit like a sleep bra, a cross between a sleep bra and a sports bra, but they don't give you so much the uniboob and push you down like a sports bra can. But a lot of them don't have the delicate cut of, say, like, you know, a Victoria's Secret or a Maidenform bra or something like that. So a lot of times I like to take my standard bras and turn them into nursing bras, because the bands a lot of times will fold over and then not give you the support. So you want to make sure and adjust your straps as you're gaining weight and growing so that you get the support that you need. It's a good time to start deciding for sure whether you're going to breastfeed or bottle feed. A lot of times people will just do it for a couple of days or a couple of months with the breastfeeding so that they can give baby that first milk, a lot of times because of work and maternity leave and such. So definitely make the decision on that right now. And it's kind of like making your birth plan. You have to be flexible with it and see what's going to work with baby, because sometimes there's latch-on problems. So that was Jack that just went through there. He is 11 now, and because of the trouble that I had getting him to latch on in the beginning, we were worried that he wasn't going to be able to breastfeed. Okay, so we have to finish the film this way. Little kid's been playing with the camera and the battery got exhausted, and there was some spills with lemonade that held us up. So what's been going on? So about the hospital, we had decided with this baby, I definitely want to bring more clothes for myself in case there's an issue and you end up stuck at the hospital. And I definitely don't want to overpack, but I think just having going home clothes for mom is not enough. I want to take a couple of towels with me because the towels that are there are the size that you could use to wrap your head after a shower. They're not really the size or absorbency that you're accustomed to at home. So I'm going to take a towel or two for that in case dad needs to take a shower, and mom, and a second bag for any dirty stuff. The bag that I have for going to the hospital is an old floral canvas bag, and it's really, really big, and it's been hard to find a replacement for that. However, because this is baby number 6, we have not had a lot of expenses going into this or through this, so I'm going to treat myself to a new hospital bag. So if you have a suggestion for a very large messenger bag, please let me know, because right now I have been looking at the Joy leather handbag through Macy's, and it has a 10-year warranty on it, so I thought that was really great. But then I started looking that they sell them online at like Home Shopping Network and stuff, so I really wasn't sure about the quality of it. The next size down bag, and I believe it was an 18 or a 19-inch bag, was available on eBay in a 3-piece set, so that's an option too. Obviously, I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I'm not going to use this just for the hospital. We generally can take just a short weekend trip or overnight trip through the years. So I think it's time to retire the ugly old canvas floral bag. Relaxin. Your body is producing relaxin at this point to help with the growth of baby and the delivery of baby in these last few weeks. So it is definitely loosening the ligaments and joints that can cause a lot of discomfort in your back and your pelvis area. So I definitely recommend wearing good shoes, avoiding high heels if possible, and resting when you can. So with 4 little kids and a farm to run, obviously I don't rest a lot. And now that the warm weather is here, there's so much daylight in a day that we just go, 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 go. And, you know, some days there's shopping, there's school, there's animals. And we don't take summers off for our homeschooling program either. We don't follow a set curriculum, and we're not real strict, and we're unregulated in Michigan also. So that allows for some allowance if life gets too hectic or gets too busy. But we have found that for the 3 boys, Trey went through kindergarten lessons early, so he's been working on kindergarten and first grade stuff, and it just kind of tends to be that the years overlap each other. There's also not mandatory testing or anything like that, so I don't know how we'll handle that all as they get older, but homeschooling is a whole another realm of this mothering and parenthood stuff. So we're just trying to make use of as many of the daylight hours as we possibly can. I have been having some Braxton Hicks contractions, and I've never had those with my previous pregnancies. So that's something new for me, and I don't know if it's just baby's position or not, but it's definitely been uncomfortable. We're kind of at this point waiting to see about baby turning. I've done a little research on suggestions that can help baby turn. And with my last pregnancy, I actually used these peel and stick vinyl floor tiles to redo the laundry room at one of the rental houses. And it took about 3 days maybe to do the complete job. And I remember the night after a doctor's appointment, my office had called me and asked if I could go in that night to be induced because they were concerned about the baby's amniotic fluid. And in that couple of days' time, because at that point I was going every week, so in 7 days' time of working on that floor for 3 or 4 days, baby had turned and went head down. So being on your hands and knees, doing a flooring job can be really, really useful for getting baby to turn, because I didn't have to have her turned like I had with Murdoch when he was being born, and he had to be turned and then induced. So there was that. We're waiting back to get in on a 3D ultrasound appointment. So if you saw the video before, with the 3D ultrasound pictures, baby's hands and legs were in his way and a lot of umbilical stuff. It's purely for entertainment purposes, which I later found out that it is a higher frequency than the regular ultrasounds. So some of these places apparently throughout the country are popping up in shopping malls and things, which just seems ironic, because for me, where we're at, it's still relatively new. I asked the ultrasound technician about the frequency that she's doing them, and it's not that much. So I'm kind of surprised, but I suppose each region is different, and I think it's just not really caught on where we're at. So baby's doing really good, and we'll be in for another appointment in 2 weeks for the, I suppose it's going to be 32-week checkup. So we'll let you know how everything's going. Chaos is happening outside, and someone's going to get beat up the way he's yelling at his brother. I gotta go out and go save somebody little. We'll see you next time. Bye.